I think the most powerful realization I had becoming a foster parent was this is hard. Like, this is harder than I thought it was going to be. But the good thing that came out of that is I need to do more hard things. So she was already volunteering for a long time at that time. And I remember she'd come home really excited, really fired up, just had so much fun, but also just so many stories that she'd come home with, and hard not to get excited about that. It was infectious in a way. And so I remember this was very early on. I was a delivery driver to start with the organization, and it was awesome. Even with my crazy work schedule, we have lots of kids. Sometimes I lose count, but it still works, and I'm still able to do that on a weekly basis. And I'm just doing an hour a week, but I know that it's helping because it's helped our family as well.
I had the opportunity to volunteer with some other amazing foster families, and I saw how these foster parents were so involved in these foster kids' lives, and they cared so much about them. And since we had always considered adoption, it sort of seemed like a natural transition to start with foster care and see what it would be like to add another child into our home that wasn't part of our biological family. We sort of just took a step of faith, and it seemed like the right thing to do to step into this journey into foster care. And our kids rolled with it too, fortunately. They fell in love with these babies that came into our home. It was really beautiful to see.
When we went from being donors, also volunteers, to being on the receiving end when we became foster parents, it still blew me away by how much stuff and effort went into the things that showed up in our home. So we were the ones that were bringing a lot of those things to the warehouse, and we were helping a lot behind the scenes, but it doesn't really hit you until it shows up at your house how much With Love is actually doing behind the scenes, the amount of people that were involved to get all that stuff pulled together, and the quality of the donations. I could argue that some of the things we got were better than the brand new store-bought things that we were going to Target for. That's just the quality of things that we were receiving.
When you think about stepping into foster care, most people don't know that you are not handed a bunch of cash and
Yes.
told, here's how you're going to provide for this child. To have these donations coming in just days after a child has been placed into your home, I mean, you're talking car seats and strollers, formula, diapers and wipes, really critical things that you need when you have these little people in your home. It's huge. We realized we had nothing for babies coming into our home, and that was the age group that we were focused on at the time. So it was really just such a blessing that we already were involved with Love, and we knew that they were going to be there to support us through this process.
The number one thing that we hear from families that are scared to do foster care is we are scared that we're going to become too attached. We're scared that we're going to love them too much. And then my wife very wisely said, those are the exact people that should be doing foster care because they care so much. It should be hard when they leave. It should be hard for your family. That means that it's what you should be doing. We need more of those kind of people. I'm still learning too.